So, I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about LASIK and just about vision correction and kind of what you were doing before versus, how life has changed afterwards. And, just open it up with you, Warren, just talking about, because from what I understand, you came to Williamson to do LASIK after you got done playing ball. So how was that compared to having to deal with contacts and stuff while you were still playing college ball and pro ball?
Well, yeah, I mean, my entire college and professional baseball career, I'm wearing contacts. You're dealing with elements, the wind's blowing, dry eyes and all of that. And, just decided to make the move to have the LASIK surgery. And man, looking back, my biggest regret is, why didn't I do this sooner? I could have had the joy and the ease that I've had for the last decade post athletics while I was playing. And who knows, maybe that would have made my career a little bit easier, a little better, but that's kind of where I'm at. I don't have to worry about tagging around with glasses and contact solution and all that anymore. You can just pick up and go. So
how long ago did you?
I want to say it's about 10 years ago.
So you were 10 years ago. We did yours about a year and a half, 2 years, something like that.
2 years ago.
You were just
September, yeah.
So just kind of recently. What about you? So you had it while you were playing. So talk about before, when you're doing contacts and stuff like that, seeing the field versus now, what that's like.
I mean, well, it was very hard for me. I couldn't even get my contacts in. So my little eyes, it took forever to get them in. So I just told Mama Shelley, like, can we do something about this? And she was like, yeah, you can get LASIK, but I don't know if you'll be eligible for it because you're so young. I was like, well, can you please check? I begged them. And she checked and they was like, yeah, he eligible for it. So we came up here, we got it done. And I remember they told me, like, don't look at the light, go home, go to sleep. So I did that, and then I had to come back up here the next day, and I felt like a whole new person.
So you had like a perfect vision view. Was it targeting?
Perfect. Perfect. Like, it was perfect, and I still got perfect vision. And I don't have to wake up and put contacts in. I used to wear glasses. I didn't care about wearing my glasses. It was just putting the contacts in. But now I could just, do away with all of those things.
See, I'm curious because for a baseball player, it makes sense. Like, to have perfect vision, if you're looking for a ball coming out of a pitcher's hand and you're looking for the spin as a hitter, it makes a ton of sense to be able to see. Like for a linebacker, what is it like to have perfect vision? Where would you notice the most?
Well, I noticed the most I'm the middle linebacker, so I got to get the calls from the sideline. So you got tiny people over there doing stuff with their hands and you squinting all day trying to see. So once I got LASIK, I'm just looking like a normal person, like, oh, I got it. Or, just trying to see what personnel in the game, or looking at the sideline for anything, or looking at the scope board, anything. So after I got LASIK, then I was perfect. I didn't have to do all the squinting anymore. I hurt my eyes.
Do you remember what your prescription was before you had LASIK?
Nah, I just know it was terrible.
I was the same way. Like I
know it was terrible.
I couldn't see the definition of my hand in front of my face, like right there.
Yeah, I was more nearsighted.
You may have everybody beat. You may have, because you were people were telling you weren't even a candidate for it. You mentioned, like, are you a candidate for it or not? You were told you weren't. I don't know how bad, was yours bad? Was you?
I was nearsighted. I definitely couldn't play without it. I had to have it to drive and stuff, So.
I couldn't see you. Like I couldn't read your shirt. I was a -5 something. It was brutal.
So you had glasses from even when you were a kid?
6th grade. Like from the time I was 6th grade on, glasses, contacts, couldn't see anything.
Yeah, it's nuts. You had one of the most successful procedures ever invented by mankind, if not the most successful procedure. A procedure that the surgeons that actually perform this surgery are about 5 times more likely to have this surgery on themselves. So that's been proven in literature. LASIK surgeons are 5 times more likely than the general public to have laser on themselves. Yet you have all these things that patients come in talking about. I'd say the biggest ones to me are, I'm not a candidate because I have astigmatism, or they say, LASIK is going to wear off. Those are probably the 2 biggest ones. LASIK is too expensive, which when you compare it to contacts and glasses over the years, it's not. It's painful. We've already talked about that. I think that's probably the biggest ones that I hear.
You go ahead.
Well, I can speak to that first one about doesn't work well if you have an astigmatism, because I know I didn't even, as a high school kid, I get contacts. I didn't even know what that meant really, and that was all they, well, we're going to have to move you to a different kind of contacts, and it was always like a shift. And so I just thought this astigmatism I had meant my eye was deformed, and maybe that's going to be why I'm not able to get it. And then I came in, and you guys said, no, everything's fine. We can correct it, and your vision will be fine. So yeah, there is no truth to that thing about the astigmatism causing it to not work.
How much of that is advancement in the technology? So you had yours 10 years ago. You had yours 2 years ago, and I was 6 months ago. So from 10 to 2 to 6 months, how much has the technology or the procedure changed?
Yeah, so basically anything after 2008 is considered modern LASIK because they were able to do some more things with it, meaning that the prescriptions that we could treat has gone up. So it's safer to treat patients at bigger prescriptions. So back in the day, 96, 97, we couldn't treat astigmatism initially, or at least not treat it well. And so that's why originally some of those mindsets had been thought of, but now it's progressed so much like any technology. Think about your cell phone in 1996. How old were you in 96?
I wasn't even born.
Well, you can think about it. Your cell phone in 96 versus your cell phone in 2019. Lasers are the same deal. So now we can treat astigmatism, farsightedness, nearsightedness, all this stuff. And so, yeah, it's been great.
I had double astigmatism in both eyes, so they treated mine, and as far as what if it wear off? If it wear off, I'm gonna be back in here trying to get something to make it wear back on. So I'm not worried. As long as they here, I know I'm in good hands. So
I'm gonna quote you there. That's a good quote. That's a good quote.
No, but what's interesting about the three of us sitting here, so you're 45. I'm 36 and you're 20.
I just turned 21.
So 21. So we have actually.
Happy birthday, by the way.
Yeah, happy birthday, man. So we had 40s, 30s, and 20s, and you had yours 10 years ago. Has yours worn off? Worn off at all?
No, I still see fine. I don't have any need for any kind of corrective lenses or anything.
Yeah. And for me, I think that was probably, aside from my fear of the laser, the myth that I had to get over too was, does it wear off? And I thought you did a great job of explaining that. And you could probably explain it better than I can, but I'm only 6 months in. I mean, I still see, my vision keeps getting better as I continue along.
But it probably will, but I know a thing that they told me is keep your eyes moisturized. And that's one thing that I haven't did, but my eyes still perfect. But I think I need to start moisturizing them a little more, just to keep them, just the film and stuff, I guess, get better.
You're right. I mean, the biggest, there's no perfect procedure. LASIK is about as close to perfect as you can be, but there's no perfect procedure. One of the biggest side effects is dry eye. That's why I always say, use your artificial tears. If anything, it's gonna make your eyes feel better, but also it's gonna make you see better too. So everything you see in the world, all images, every football, everything comes to you in the form of a light beam. And when it comes into the eye, the first thing it hits is the tears on the surface of the eye, not the eye itself. So if you have a perfect tear film, you're gonna see sharper. So that's why tears help with that.
I still do. I mean, do you do your tears, your artificial tears?
I honestly have never used them.
You never needed them?
I mean, I don't know, maybe I just, maybe I have my
Okay, now me, all right, so, you and I were having this conversation a bit ago. I use mine every morning when I wake up and every night before. It's by my toothbrush before I go to bed, put them in, by my keys in the morning when I wake up, go in. I mean, it's the first thing. And I notice just the sharpness as well. It's become habitual, and it's the easiest thing to do.
So guys, I've really, this has been my favorite cup of coffee I've had in a long time. I really appreciate everyone being here, and everybody's got a busy schedule. It really means a lot to me to come and share the story of vision correction and how it touched your life, and potentially can help other people come in and see if it's something that they can do to help them as well. And of course, really appreciate you choosing us and allowing us to serve you and take care of you. It means a lot to me, so cheers.
Next time, can you make me look like him?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind joining that too.
Guys, they don't make a laser for that.